Namaste, yogis, and welcome to our third theory class. I'm really excited for this one. You guys have been asking me for this, so I'm listening. We're going to talk about mantras. So I'm going to talk a little bit about mantras, and it's kind of crazy the timing because Brad, one of the students in our group, he made me this mala and it came in the mail today, and mantras incorporate malas, so what beautiful divine timing. Okay, so to get started, I'm just gonna go over what a mantra is. What does it mean? In Sanskrit, mantra translates to mind controller. So it's believed that by practicing mantras, we're able to gain back control of our mind. We're able to stay focused on the present moment. So when we're sitting and meditating by means of mantra, it allows our focus to be in that present moment because you're filling that moment with words, with powerful, powerful words that have been spoken for hundreds of thousands of years. So just think about the power of those words, especially when they're sung in the same tune that's been sung for hundreds of thousands of years. There's so much power to that. It's crazy. Amazing, amazing. Mantras are a profound practice of self-awakening that allow us to be in the present rather than focusing on the stress of the future or anxieties from our past. It really allows us to sit in that present moment and enter a state of dhyana or deep meditation. So basically, there are two types of mantras: Vedic and non-Vedic. Today, we're going to talk about Vedic. I'm going to teach you one of the oldest and most powerful Vedic mantras. And Vedic is non-religious by nature. So that means that it's about spirituality and humanity as a whole, whereas non-Vedic are more created by religion and for religion. Mantras are viewed as ancient power words or even a power bank. They're a way that we can recharge our energy and recharge our connection to the divine. So one way that you can chant and practice your mantras is by using a mala, by using these ancient prayer beads. According to Vedic scriptures, your mala, and it's 108 beads. So each mala has 108 beads starting from the top and then going all the way around. You should reach 108. And just as everything else in yogic culture, that number has symbolism. And the symbolism of 108 are the 108 main stars in the universe that reflect the sun's light back to us. Pretty interesting. So another interesting fact when using your mala for mantra chanting is to never use your pointer finger. So I'll just give an example. Say I am chanting with the Gayatri mantra, which is the one that I'm going to teach you guys today. You start at the top where the frilly guy is, and you would say Om Bhurvuvasvaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodaya. Then, as I move to the next one, I would just use my middle finger and my thumb. Never use your pointer finger because that represents your ego. And your ego should never be a part of your prayer or your practice connecting to the divine. Another interesting fact about malas is that in order for your mala to be activated, you need to say your round of 108 mantras 135,000 times. And you're supposed to say that before you wear it around your neck. So for me, I just got this today, but I plan on this being my mala that I wear, and then I have another mala that I use for my prayer, for my practice. So one is for that aesthetic and for that feeling, holding it with me, and one is for that regimented prayer of mantra. Before I go into teaching you the words and the melody of the Gayatri mantra so that we can practice it together, I want to share you one more really interesting fact actually about malas and mantras. So I'm actually just going to read it because this is what I wrote for my master back in Thailand. And I don't want to miss any of these facts because it's very interesting. So this is regarding women and praying mantras during their cycle, because in ancient times women were forbidden. We weren't allowed to practice prayer at all if we were on our periods, which is just crazy to me. But I'm going to read you guys what I found and what I wrote here. All right. So, back in ancient times, women on their menstrual cycles were forbidden from praying and chanting mantras, as I said. Still, today they're encouraged not to practice the Gayatri mantra, which is what I'm going to teach you guys today, whilst on their cycle, as its 24 digits produce vibrations that work on 3 invisible spiritual chakras: the Muladhara, the Swadhisthana, and the Manipura. Those are your 3 first chakras. So your root, your sacral, and your solar plexus. It's said to affect the pituitary gland and the prostate gland in the human body, which is pretty interesting. So these 2 glands release hormones that separate male and females while they attain puberty. It is widely believed that by chanting this powerful mantra whilst on your period can lead to hormone disturbances that can even lengthen the time of your cycle. We as women are also extremely sensitive during our time of the month and are told that any energies, good or bad, can become too much for our bodies. It's believed that we are meant to rest and cool down at this time, and this mantra really builds an inner fire, especially in relation to the Manipura chakra, and that is your solar plexus, that inner fire. So just take all of this with a grain of salt, but this is what was believed back in the day, and some people still believe it today. It's not about being unclean or impure. It's to protect our divine bodies from becoming too overwhelmed and therefore unable to retain the energy we're cultivating through prayer. It's about needing rest and not taking any more burden on than we already have on us. Okay, so I found this really interesting when I was doing my research, and even like a little infuriating, to be honest. It kind of had me being like, I am woman, hear me roar. So I did some research, and I also just like listened to my intuition, and this is what I found. Maybe it's a little rah, but bear with me. The thing is, as women, we are already so divinely connected. Our cycle, when it's in natural balance, can align with the phases of the moon, the goddess, making us one with universal truth. So it's all right for us to take some time to recoup and rest if we choose, as we are already connected, unlike males who have been so repressed in the feminine and need to continuously attempt to reach the same state. Okay, so that is my opinion, but I also did find a couple of different discussions where this was the case, where men, like very revered spiritual gurus, spoke about this and how women are a little bit more connected to the divine than men. So it makes sense for this. But if you think about it, we have to chant for our one mala 135,000 times. So that's one mala for 42 months, once a day, 42 months, which is a long time. That's a lot of days. And okay, so as women, depending on how long your cycle is, that takes away from each month. So you get a week or 10 days or whatever it may be from each month. And so it takes us that much longer to get to that 135,000 mantra chanting cycles that we need with our mala. So yeah, just a little interesting fact and interesting perspective. Okay, one last fact I want to share with you guys before I teach you the Gayatri mantra. And again, this is something that I wrote for my teacher. It was one of my assignments, so I'm just going to read you what I wrote. Since the Vedic period, mantra repetition has been a scientifically replicable practice that, when preserved, has led many meditators to a relief of emotional stress, pain, energy blockages, and even pain on a physical level, which is really interesting. And I definitely want you guys to practice this. I want you to practice the Gayatri mantra, which I'll teach you, and tell me if you're getting any relief, any release, and please let me know, because it's helped me a lot, especially during all this craziness. And even before all this, like when I first got home from my teacher training 4 years ago, and I would be sitting in traffic and getting frustrated, and I would just start chanting the Gayatri mantra, and it would just really, really relax me. So I am really curious how this affects you guys, but let me keep going. Sorry, classic Maddles tangent there. In India, it's not uncommon for homeopathic doctors to prescribe different mantras in place of usual medications. In Africa, it's been shown that certain vibrations from drums and singing can cure fevers. In the West, they've discovered certain frequencies of songs can activate cellular healing on a molecular level. Medical and musical scientists have found that particular repetitive sounds played to cancer cells can help disintegrate them. When the sounds are sung by a human voice, they dissipate even faster. Oh, so cool. The healing you can find from mantras goes beyond the physical. The ancient concept of healing through the vibration, pulsations of mantra chanting is worldwide knowledge and is beginning to gain more and more popularity. Hence why we're talking about it right now. Okay, now what we've all been waiting for. I'm going to teach you the Gayatri mantra. And like I said earlier, this is one of the oldest and most powerful Vedic mantras. Remember, Vedic means non-religious, but spiritual as a whole. It's known as the mother of all mantras. So the reason that I chose this mantra to focus on rather than a couple of the other ones that are really nice, which we can definitely talk about later, and if you guys want to learn more, just let me know. But this one, not only is it one of the oldest and most powerful, but its purpose is to help you define your path and to help you stay on your path and accomplish your goals, which I've been doing a lot of tarot readings, and that seems to be the main question that keeps coming up, is people asking about their path. Like, am I on the right path? How do I stay on the right path? And this is just a little tool that you can put in your back pocket to help you find those answers for yourself. Okay, so I think the best way to do this is first I will sing this mantra one time, and then I will go piece by piece. I'll put the words up on the screen so you can read them, and I'll explain what they mean. Okay, so with our mantras, we always start with an Om. We always start with that vibrational healing, that intention. Om Bhur Bhuvasvaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Yona Prachodaya Om Bhurbhuvasvaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Yona Prachodaya Om Bhurbhuvasvaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Yona Prachodaya Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Okay, so you always want to end with an Om and 3 Shantis. Shanti translates to peace in Sanskrit, so you're saying peace for the body, peace for the mind, and peace for the spirit. Okay, so I'm gonna go over the words of this mantra nice and slow, and then I'll put them on the screen underneath me. But I'm trying to start with Om. And a really interesting thing that I learned when I was in India, in the south of India, in this place called Oroville, which give it a Google, it is so cool. I went to an Om chanting meeting, and I learned that the right way to Om, and it helps from you like losing your focus when you're just trying to push that Om out, is to actually push your tongue on the back of your bottom teeth. So I want you guys to definitely try that and see if you notice a difference. But these are the words of the Gayatri mantra. Om Bhur, Om Bhur, Bhuva Svaha, Bhuva Svaha, Tat Savitur, Tat Savitur, Varenyam, Varenyam, Bargo Devasya, Bargo Devasya, Dhimahi, Dhimahi, Dio Yo, Dio Yo, Na, Na, Prachodayat, Prachodayat. Om Bhur Bhuva Svaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Yo Na Prachodayat. Okay, and now the literal translation for these Sanskrit words is, O thou existence absolute, creator of the 3 realms. So that's Bhur, Bhuvaha, and Svaha are generator, operator, and destroyer. the three realms, the three parts of God, right? God, G-O-D, generator, operator, destroyer. Kind of interesting. So again, the meaning is, I'm just going to read it. O thou existence absolute, creator of the three dimensions, we contemplate upon thy divine light. May he stimulate our intellect and bestow upon us true knowledge. Di yo yo na prachodayat means give direction to my mind and therefore to my life. So you're praying to the divine, which can be whatever you believe. If you believe that's God, if you believe that's the power of the universe, energy, whatever you believe, whatever you have faith in, that's what you're praying to. Even if it's yourself, you're praying to yourself for that direction of your mind and therefore that direction of your life. That remover of darkness and that showing of the light, that guru, remover of darkness is what guru means. Okay, you guys, I know that was a lot of information, hopefully some new information that you learned today about malas and mantras. I'm really excited to share this stuff with you. I'm really excited to have had the opportunity to learn all this stuff. Like it's so interesting how my path has kind of led me here. When I first started teaching yoga at the Beat, I know some of you guys were my students there. I taught a mala mantra class. Like I taught a yoga class about malas and mantra. And now here I am teaching about mala and mantras, and I learned so much about it between then and now. So it's just really cool, and I'm really thankful for you guys to all be a part of this experience and this journey. And if you have any more questions or anything, let me know. We'll have a discussion following this tomorrow. And yeah, love and light to you guys. Namaste.